everyone, this is Sue. I have a couple of journals ready I'd like to share with you. One is a Storybook Journal and one is just more like a fabric covered vintage journal. I had this one on my Instagram channel and I'll go through this one first. It has a little bit of a glitter belt tied around and just kind of slip it off. Has a fabric cover. There's a pocket on the back. Flower on there. Some applique flowers on here. A little image of a vintage lady and a little flower with a bead in the middle. Has some fabric or crochet trim on the edge. It's a fabric pocket. This altered paper clip is holding this. I like to have it hold it in there. It seems like it's going to fall over. Has a little embellished flower and another little page on there. So then I just kind of clip it on like that. Down here there's just this little flower tucked in here and an angel charm pinned on this little band. Some fabric and trim on the edge of the page. This page kind of a blue, some stenciling. It's an old book page. I just love the way the natural aging of the paper. This is a printable in my Etsy store. It's the butterfly cards. Stuck one of those in this old wallpaper pocket. Some more crocheted trim on the edge of that page. I did a little bit of stenciling, just a little trim on the edge. And this petal just, it's a fabric pocket with this card inside. This petal just holds it in there. And this is a Sears catalog page tucked in this tuck spot. It says Inspire up here. And this says Friendship. There's a journal card, some stamping, some sheer fabric, this little teapot. It's a music sheet page. This is a little place to write. I think that's Tsunami Rose. This is just another piece of paper tucked in this ballerina picture. Little old book page with this is some beaded trim, fabric tab. This is a little piece of muslin. Things can be tucked in there too, or, you know, like this. This one I hung my bead charm on it. Some washi tape on the edge. Here's another place to write. This has a beaded embellished tuck spot with one of my old book page pockets with a little journal page inside of there. And this paper clip helps to hold it in place. Okay, I'll just take it out, put it in there. There's also a bead. There's also a bead on the paper clip. Another fabric tab. It's a pocket on this old dictionary page. This paper flips up. You can journal on there. There's a tuck spot in here. Some trim on the edge of that page. Another little journal page tucked in these little vintage shoes. This little, you know, that can kind of hold your paper in there too. Some fabric trim, a little pocket down here holding this little page inside. Some more. That can be a tuck spot. This is a little butterfly that I cut out of. I cut the butterfly out of another one of these cards. Just tucked it in there. Has fabric on the edge of this page. Some stamping. Some teal trim. This is just the collage of things underneath the clear like a plastic. It's a tree charm pinned onto the bottom of the fabric pocket. There's another pocket here. Some really fine trim on the edge of this page. This has another little journal page tucked inside here. That might be a tsunami rose too. This is another place to write on this designer paper with some washi tape on the edge, some fabric or some paper. I printed one of my snippet rolls. This is just a card, a little tuck spot up here. Tucks in this. It's another little embellished journal piece of paper with the flowers and the lace. Little stamping and fabric, flower, notebook page pocket. This is an old magazine from 1922. Some cool ads, and I don't know, the feel of the paper is just really neat. We don't have that kind of paper anymore. Oh, maybe we do, I just don't know. There's some trim on here, some little tuck spot here with a little piece of old wallpaper. So a little place to write up here. This, you know, you can tuck things in there. Just stuck a ribbon in there. There's another little journal spot tucked in this designer paper pocket. Just a little, cut that out of my paper. It's a little embellished paper clip with a owl charm on the edge. It holds in this journal page with an embellished little sequence leaf on there. And this says create. This pocket has one of the baby's breath flower tag on it. Little sheer rose on the top. Some piece of paper and some more journal spots and little fabric accents. It's an old sewing book page with some vintage buttons on a card. One button's gone. They must have used that one. And this is a embellishment on this fabric pocket. It's a couple little old poem and a journal card. Another little journal spot. Pretty little ticket tag. This is one of my envelopes from it's a printable in my vintage, in my Etsy store. I'll link that below, and this is just a journal card that was one of my, that was a cover, I think, of a journal that I had made, and I photographed it. Embellished paper clip is holding in this place to write. The embellished paper clip has some fabric behind it too. Gives it a little more interest. Has a little, oh, that's just a journal card that's tucked up under the paper clip. It's another little place to write. This page is just folded around the embellished paper clip on there. Little pocket. Edith Holden book, I think those are from. It's another, I scanned that off of was something in one of my other journals. This is another tag with a flower. Some beaded tab up here, fabric tab. And then this is the back. I think this tag is from a printable in my Etsy store. So that is this journal, and I'll have that in my Etsy store. I'll put the link down below in the description box, so If you don't know, my Etsy store is just my name, Sue Olson, Innkeeper's Journal. So this is the vintage journal, fabric covered vintage journal. And then this is my storybook journal. I had a storybook journal that I put in my Etsy store, and that sold right away before I made the video. It takes me so long to get the videos made that I think what I'm going to probably do is just put the journals in my Etsy store and just put it on my Innkeeper's Facebook page that I've got some in there. And then maybe once a month I'll make a video of all of them, or this is just a little more time, better use of my time for making videos, and every journal has their own video, so we'll see. Anyway, this one is has a belt, leather belt with a buckle. I think it's kind of a vintage belt. I just like it. It's a lot of character. This book was called Bonnie and the Stranger. It was just a little skinny paperback book, and I widened the spine. It was just a one signature story, so I wanted to have multiple signatures in here. So it does have multiple signatures, but the one signature is just the story. So otherwise it doesn't go in order of the story. You have to cut the pages apart, and I didn't want to do all that. So you'll kind of see what I mean as I go through it. So this has a fabric lining and a cardstock pocket. Then this is some fabric and some bears and different things. I tried to kind of keep it maybe more in the I think this book was from, I'm not sure, it might say on the title page. I saw it. $19.85. So it's from 1985, the book. And there's just a little children's storybook in this page in this fabric pocket. I painted over the words so you could just, it's a writing journal, so I like to have a lot of places to write in my journal. So if the page itself is busy, then I usually put something on there where people can write. This is an old ledger page. It says life is a matter of moments. There's a little tuck spot down there too. And then up in here something can be tucked in there. It's a little flower, a little bird stamped on. And this is a grammar page, children's grammar, but it's just got some embellishments on a little pocket down there. This is another one of the butterflies that was cut out of one of my journal cards. This is just a journal page of like a journal or a stationery book. It's an old piece of wallpaper just hanging on this band up here. We got fabric on the edge and stamping and a fabric heart. More fabric. And this is a little journal spot with the bear. You can stick something under the image too. Journals, you want to just keep things in them and tuck stuff in it. And I went here and stick a movie stub in there and tell about it. And so this is a little multiple page journal spot. Tucks in this wallpaper pocket here with a little bear on. Some fiber trims on the edge, like eyelash trim, I guess you could call it. Piece of, this just has some pockets inside too. Another little, this is just a real sheer page. It says True Friend. Some fabric and some trim goes in this lace pocket. Lace on the edge. There's another paper pocket back here. Some Monopoly money stuck in this wallpaper pocket here. This is a little there, hiding under the blanket. Because the storybook had bears in, I try to kind of keep the theme in the bears. It says, bless your little heart. Fabric pockets, another place to write. Little trim here. Just a little tuck spot here. Some wallpaper. Like this is a pocket. If you have a picture you want to tuck in there. Right on the back. Tucks in there. This is a tuck spot up here too. I'm a tuck spot maniac. So that's some of these little fibers here. This is a little card and a page and a ticket tiered in these pockets. This is another little journal spot with the bears. You can put something under here. It's like a little pocket under there. Sticks in this vintage fabric. And this corner pocket holds it in. Some fabric trim. Grammar page with some lace. There's a little parchment paper. Some trim up here. Fabric. Lace. A pocket made from a children's activity book. This is a little house from a quilted house I created. This is a little butterfly on this one. It has pockets and it's made from designer paper. This butterfly was from, I found this long, it's like a wall sticker art. And I cut, they just come out of there and then you would stick them to your wall. So I thought, I'm going to put that in the journal. And here's another one, it's just plain. You know, you can put your own photos and things on them too. Try not to fill everything up too much, but a lot of the things I have in here just kind of show you where you can put things. The pages are all aged, just different looks to each page, except the grammar paper. I didn't really do too much with that. Inked it and stamped it. This is another children's journal book page. Edith Holden. Here's a big, has a book page in it with the journal page inside. Tucks down in there. It just hangs on the pocket. And the back is, and you can put other things in there. On the back is this little cupcake liner holding in the journal spot. Some parchment paper. Old music book just for fun. It says, this flips up. Kind of painted over the words so you can write in there. This paper kind of dyed pretty cool. I think it was just like graph paper. Then the lines all disappear and turn into these watermarks. There's some lace on the edge of that page. And this is a pretty big journal. So it's a little pages of, that's just kind of like pages of a post-it note, and I put some fabric and just sewed across. Ink the edges. Just like to have just little interesting things tucked here, sewn in signatures. There's another journal page in here. It says journal up there. This is just another tuck spot, and there's nothing in the bag. A little tuck spot back here. This is another little journal pages booklet with the bears on. I'll probably have this bear printable in my Etsy store too. I'll link it below. I think there's about 8 different journal cards on there. Kind of fun to use. Fabric pocket. Now here's the story. This is the signature with the story about Bonnie and the Stranger, a Buddy Bear story by Pauline C. Beck. So then there's this grammar pages in here. There's a little ticket tucked up in here. This little English word meaning card in there. And then the story. And then it has journal pages in between the story. And with pockets. And this is an old math card. And a little journal page for writing tucked in there. Some old quilt on the edge of that page. This is a real sheer pocket with one of these journal spots inside. Some weird trim on here. I don't even know what that is. Really, it kind of feels like mohair almost. It's really cool. And this is something about Honey Nut Popcorn that the story is. So. And this is a little journal spot in here. The fabric and life is a picnic under here. Try to show you kind of just the different things. If that's the end of that, there's a paper pocket. And this is another signature. It's like an old Top Values Savings book cover. It's an old book page, music page. So that was the end of the story. So the story is all just kind of inside one of the signatures. There's a journal page in there. Another old, says a pocket inside. Ledger paper. This is kind of a leathery pocket, wallpaper. There's a pocket here too. I was thinking if you're going to write about somebody, you could just chuck their picture in there, maybe something about certain things or school days or something. Another journal page in here, a little piece of wallpaper. It's, I don't know what you call it, fuzzy. The stripes are fuzzy. Some old lace. Little ticket up here in this pocket. It's from an old book, old math book, children's math book. This is just looks like an old postcard. It's just a copy of it. It's on paper. This is a little children's playing card. A little children's math card up there. Place to write. Some stationery. Another old book page. The tree image was pretty. Little butterfly. This is this little tag up there. Little crocheted tab. This is a place to write. Stationery. And this just hangs on here. Fabric. This has this tails. I thought they were kind of neat, so I left that on there. It's another little booklet of pages. Oh, this is that graph paper, the stained, kind of neat. And another little vintage girl with a bear. Some cool lace. Another children's book page. The best things in life are handmade. It's another designer paper. The bear, that's another one of the bears. Little journal spot up here. Bear stationery in this fabric pocket. This is a collage of some, oh, that was that graph paper again, like little booklet paper tickets. This goes underneath, this little image is tucked under this pocket of graph paper. And this envelope flips out. This is the graph paper. I didn't get all of it wet, so then you can still see some of the graph. I thought that looks cool. And it has a little lace here. This fabric is a spot where you can tuck things. A little card in there. A little postcard, just plain on the back. A couple of little papers to write on. And this is an old vintage bingo card in the back pocket. And this is the back of the book. So that is the Bonnie and the Stranger Storybook Journal. I'll put the link below too. I'll have that in my Etsy store too. So those are the two journals that I have ready. And also there's, and I'll just link everything below. Okay. Still a couple of these storybook page fabric. They have these fabric, made them into a little bookmark, charms and bead embellishments on, and I just clip it on the book page. It's a little ticket holding in this little envelope in this wallpaper pocket. And then when inside the book pages, pockets too, and a piece of stationery in there. So there's a couple of those in my store. This is the other one. The charm, the bulb pin, the beads, some beadwork, different trims. And then this wallpaper pocket and the same. So there's a couple of those. There's a couple of more of these. I restocked these. I didn't have the tally cards anymore. There was an old tally card in the first set. So there's a few of those left in the store. And then again, there's some of these left yet with the bicycle charm. And you can buy them with the bicycle charm or not. It's a coffee filter envelope with a bicycle napkin and some beaded trim. And the bicycle is pinned on there. This is a vintage tally card. And then the journal page with the bicycle, kind of aged. And then it has a guest check. The guest check has a pocket on the back. So when you go to the link, you can now either order it with the charm or without the charm. So that's about all I have to share today. So I thank you so much for watching. Bye now.